Hello and welcome to your Katie Bell Physio and Wellness Pilates workout. This time we're going to be focusing on dynamic stability. Dynamic stability is looking at different core exercises and then really challenging our balance using Hello and welcome to your Katie Bell Physiotherapy and Wellness Pilates workout. This time we're going to be using different exercises involving balance, twist and core stabilisation to challenge what we call our dynamic stability. But before we get stuck into those exercises, we're going to be doing some warm-up to help our body prepare and really optimise the way that we control our movements and balance. So if you've got one at home, I've got a ball here which I'm going to use for some release. You could use a tennis ball if you don't have these, a foam roller, even the massaging sticks can work quite well. But if not, grab your spiky ball and let's kind of pop that down onto the mat. So I'm going to start by massaging through my foot and I'm rolling from the toes down towards the heel. Now if you do classes in our clinic normally, you'll be quite used to this, but if you've not done this before, it can feel a little bit tender, it can feel a little bit sore, almost like a massaging muscular tenderness, but it shouldn't feel sharp or painful. So if you've got any problems in the joints of your feet, I would avoid this exercise, and even you could sit down and just gently massage your feet with your hands. Now, of course, because this is a home workout, I'd encourage you to do all of the exercises within the limits of your control and only do exercises that you know are safe for your body. If you are having any problems at all or you've got any questions, do email us at the clinic. Okay, so now we've had a chance to massage down the centre of the foot. I'm going to bring the ball into the centre of my arch and then draw little circles with the ball. So I'm just rolling it around. Now I'm just putting in a moderate pressure. So I can feel the ball pressing up into the muscular tissues of my foot, but I'm not putting a large amount of weight into it here. If you do struggle with balance, you might like to hold on to a chair or a wall. Okay, last two there. Well done, and release off. So just as a little test here, let's come and stand over onto our leg that we haven't done our little bit of release work on and see how comfortable we feel there. And then stand onto the foot that you have done your release on and just see what you notice. Can you feel a difference either in the awareness, the connection or the balance on either side? It might be that you've got an injury on one side and one side just is a lot worse than the other, and that's okay. But just see whether or not that's made a difference. Okay, let's come to the other side, massaging from the base of the toes all the way into the heel. So this massage, not only does it feel quite nice and it eases any tension in the foot, but it also helps to open up all of the connective tissue, and by that I mean rather than it being sticky and tight and kind of not gliding easily, it just frees it off so you've got the full use of that connective tissue. Connective tissue is actually holds a lot of energy, so when you load into your body, the connective tissue takes that energy and then almost rebounds it back out again. It's almost like when you bounce a nice fresh tennis ball that's come straight out of the packet. It's got that lovely recall. When we've got healthy connective tissue, it does that as well. It creates that bounce, it creates that fluidity, and also that balance through the whole entire body. Okay, let's bring the ball into the middle of the foot now and circle. So taking those lovely circles all around the arch of the foot. If you do notice anywhere that's a little bit gristly, you might like to slow it down and really work into that corner, but just do what feels right for you. If you are doing this without equipment and using your hands, just use your thumbs, or you can come into with the knuckles or the heel of the hand and just massaging around on each side of the foot. Making sure you're coming to all of those corners. Imagine those 5 stripes of your toe and foot bones. Imagine working into between each and every single one of those. Okay, last little circle here, and again, let's pop that out of the way. Okay, I'm going to pop my ball safely out of the way so that I don't trip on that in a moment. I'm going to step our feet to hip distance apart. So you see I did a little turn out and then parallel, and that's just my way of making sure that my feet are roughly in line with the points of my hip here. If you've got any problems at the joints, you might prefer to step those toes out. Okay, so my feet are roughly pointing forward. I feel no discomfort in my knees, they're soft, and my lower back is in a lovely soft curve. Do take time now if you need to correct and optimise your Pilates posture like you've learned in your classes. Okay, let's go with our foot pedals. So I'm going to leave my toes on the floor, engage in my core. I'm just going to float that heel off one side and then press it back down into the floor, feeling that connection rise back through the body. Other side, lift the heel, release, connect, foot down, and again, switch. Now my hands are on my hips, not just because I'm a bossy physio, but also just to help me keep an eye on whether or not my pelvis is staying nice and steady. So when I lift my heel, am I dropping my hip, or am I hitching up on one side? So that's it. So each time you breathe out, you lift the heel, and then release back down again. I'll switch to the side so you can see what I'm doing. So long spine, I've got openness through my collarbones, length through the back of my neck, but I'm connected here at the front. I'm not bracing my back. I'm trying to stand up tall like I'm on Horse Guards Parade. I've got this connection, this balance between the front and the back line of my body. Okay, let's do one more time on each side. Exhale, lift, connect that core, then reconnect the foot back down. And the other side. Lovely. Okay, we're going to take an upper body roll. So I'm going to start with my right shoulder. I'm going to roll the shoulder, and then I'm going to side bend, holding for the breath in here. And then as I breathe out, I melt round, so I'm dangling, looking at my knees. Then I'm rolling back up again. Let's do the other side now. Left shoulder rolls, side bend over, hold for the breath in, and then melt your spine one vertebra at a time from the top of the neck to the mid-back. And as you land in the middle, re-stack the spine. Now if you've got any conditions where you can't bend forward, you might prefer just to stay with this little shoulder roll and side bend like I'm doing now. Of course, any movement that gives you any unwanted symptoms, then feel free to opt out of it. So this time I'm going to do my full rolls here. So I'm rolling through my spine. I'm dangling here like a rag doll, and then I'm restacking one vertebra at a time. I'm really noticing how my shoulder, my head, my neck, and my upper body are working together. Let's do one more time each side. Starting to open up the body, prepare it for these balance exercises and free off any stiffness that might be fixing our posture and stopping us from being in that lovely optimal alignment. Okay, let's restack up through the centre. We're going to take ourselves into our mermaid now. So our mermaid is a nice flow from our upper body. So this time, instead of my shoulder roll, I'm just going to slide down, and as I slide down, I'm going to extend my top arm up over my head. Holding for this reach here, for long through the top fingers, hold the breath in. And as I breathe out, I'm going to sweep back down again. Let's go the other way. Exhale, connect with that core, slide down like you're holding a heavy bag in this hand. Sweep the hand up over, reach long. And then as you exhale, lift back up again. Keep that going in your own time. Over we go. As you feel more fluid with it, you can continue the movement. Flow from one side to the other. Exhaling over, inhale to hold, exhaling over straight into the other side. So you get this continual flow from one side to the other. Okay, I'm going to switch this very slightly now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cross my legs over. So I'm taking my right leg behind my left. When you're ready, I'm going to do it just with my right arm now. So I'm going to go up and over, hold, and then restack. Over, hold, and restack. Now if this is causing you any problems at your hip or your knee, feel free to uncross those legs. On your next one, we're going to hold it. We're going to take our arm circles, so stay here. Now try not to collapse down, push into those legs. So you lift up into this chest, stacking over your hips. Hold it here for a breath in. Now stay here with the body. Exhale, sweep the hand down, back up that breath in. Let the arm be quite heavy, go. And again, lovely. When you're ready, restack back up again. So some of that nice fast movement is about us getting the dynamic aspect into our movement and helping with that connective tissue get that bounce. So let's swap to the other side if you're happy to. Cross those legs over. So my left leg is behind, my right leg is slightly flexed. So I'll show you what I mean here. So you can see my back leg is straight, my front leg is slightly flexed. My hand comes up and over, I'm reaching, and then coming back out again. And again, over I go, and lengthening up and over towards you, rather than collapsing into this way. So I'm not here, I'm up, reaching long. Okay, on your next one, let's come up and over here. Now reach, breath in, breathe out, swing the arm, breath in, and again, breath in. Last one, over we go, restacking through, and release out. Well done, give those shoulders a lovely roll opening into that nice V reach with the hands. 2 more here, creating that length and softness. Last one, nice and wide now, open through the chest, and just gently lift the heart and the chin slightly forwards and up. So I'm not dropping my head behind me, it's like I'm looking up towards the top of the horizon. As I breathe out, I'm going to connect my ribs in, so I was reaching, lifting the weight, so I'm keeping this connection here, my chin is stacking back over my body, and I'm just going to gently twist my body to the right. And then as I breathe out again, to the left. Okay, so we're just nudging, this is almost like an extension of our breath. I'm not trying to push into rotation, I'm just letting my body explore its movement. I'm listening to feel, is there anywhere in my body that is dragging as I move? So as I turn to the left, I can feel just a little bit of resistance, a little bit of sluggishness in my right hip here. And just see if you can tune in anywhere else. If this is a problem at your shoulders, just bring those hands down, come a little bit lower, soft through those arms. But we're not really trying to move particularly far. This is your moment where you're just tuning in, listening to where your body is either not working as efficiently or trying to compensate. Okay, this time breathe out, squeeze that pelvic floor and core, breathe out, go to the end of the movement. And again. Now you don't have to take the big breaths that I'm taking. I'm just doing it to help lead your movement. So squeeze that core. Press the heels into the floor. Press into the floor. Squeeze through the core. Does it give you any more freedom or connection in your movement? Okay, let's come back to the center here. Relax those arms down. Give those shoulders a nice little roll. Okay, now this next exercise, we do need the length of our mat. I'm going to start facing you here in the centre of the mat, but I'd like you to come all the way down to the end of the mat because we are going to be moving forwards in a second, so it'll be easier for you to do it from there. So we're going to go to our spine twist, which is a version of what we just did there. So we did that first movement just to help you key into what's happening in your body. We're now going to bring in our technique. So I'm going to bring my hands into a prayer position. My thumbs are attaching here onto my chest and my shoulders are soft and open. Okay, if this causes you any problems with your hands, just bring your hands over your heart. So I'm going to start by just twisting for spine twist to the right, holding for the breath in, and then twisting to the left, holding for the breath in. Feel that very gentle rotation like we did to start with. I'm not forcing, I'm not trying to go particularly far. And again, twist. And hold. That's it, lovely, twist. Okay, so you've got that movement going now. I want you now to bring your right foot forward. So you're now in a little step stance. So we're kind of slightly wider. My feet are still in hip distance, but they're pointing forward. Now, try not to sink your weight back into one leg or really brace forwards into one. Just rock your weight forwards and backwards. Find the weight into the centre of the 2 feet. Now connect those feet into the floor. I don't mean brace, but just feel, almost imagine they're like magnets and they're just being sucked very gently into the floor. And did you feel that? As you felt that feeling of suck into the floor, did you feel your gluteals and your legs just connect a little bit? It's like a low level sort of hum of activity. Okay, so what we're going to do, hands onto our chest. Keep these ribs down and just do your spine twist again. Hold the breath in and then twist the other way. Now don't let that pelvis rotate as well. Make this movement come here. Imagine your tummy is like a wet flower and we're giving a little ring out over the basin. You're just gently twisting, imagining those ribs coming down across towards the opposite hip. One more time here. Now, come back to the centre. Have a go now, if you feel your balance is good enough, of bringing that big toe onto next to the heel. So I was here in our step stance. I'm now coming here into my little tandem stance. So it's almost like a tightrope walk sort of position. So keep that connection here now. Now for some of you, this might feel too tight around the hips. Feel free to stagger it slightly or go slightly further forwards as is comfortable for your joint. If you can, go on, heel to big toe. Now connect your weight evenly over the two, stack those hips. Make sure your hips are facing forwards and not rotating off, so you can look down and make sure that's happening for me now. Okay, keep those hips facing forwards, open through those collarbones, off you go. Exhale, twist, hold that breath in. And again, it does feel really different, doesn't it? Can you feel how your legs are having to work much harder? Come on, use that breath, that out breath, that exhale as you twist is there to help create that stability in your core. So activate your pelvic floor. Use that out breath as you twist. Last one here. Okay, come back to the centre, release those legs off. They're probably feeling a little bit wobbly now after that. Okay, let's switch over. So this time, opposite leg comes forward. We're still just in that step stance. I'm not very far in front. It's a very comfortable distance for me. I'm not feeling like I'm having to really reach. I find my lower back neutral. I'm stabilising my pelvis forwards and my hands come in front of my chest. Off I go again. Twisting to the left and twisting to the right. Twisting to the left. That's it, great. So just creating that nice gentle rotation and twist. Keeping that movement going. Using that breath. Now, remember, connect both feet into the floor. Try not to move further and further and further back into this back leg. Okay, after your next one, we're going to step that front foot in front of the big toe. So remember, you've got that option of going very slightly staggered rather than stacked on top of each other, okay? So when you're ready, tuck the tailbone, get the weight into the centre of the feet and make sure that pelvis is facing forward. When you're ready, open for those collarbones and breathe out as you twist. Go on, keep that pelvis where it was. Exhale, twist. Use that core. And again, twist. Breath in. And twist. Breath in. Keep that movement going. Connect the feet down into the floor. Last one each side. Okay, come back to the centre. Relax those legs off. Okay, so you might find that was just rather challenging. Too much for you to think about doing anything more. If that was the case, I want you to stick with these toe tandem stance or just keeping it stationary. If you want a little bit of a challenge and you want to come onto a different version, you follow me now. If you want to stay as you are, which I totally get, it's really quite a challenging position to be in, pick the level, either your step stance or your tandem stance to do your spine twist again. So, if we're going more advanced, let's bring our hands onto our chest. I'm going to step forward onto my right leg and I'm going to spine twist over my right leg. Now, as I breathe in, I prepare, I exhale, and as I rotate my body, I also step my leg forward. Now, you don't have to do it quite as slow as I just did it there. So we exhale, step, keep the pelvis still as you rotate the body. And again. Now, don't let the pelvis start twisting with you. Try and keep these hips facing forwards. Okay. Now, hopefully you've got to the front of your mat like me. Now I want you to reverse it. Can you twist? Can you keep that pelvis nice and still? If you are doing your tandem stance or your step stance and you're not doing the walking, I want you to swap sides now. Okay, one more back here. Okay, when you're ready, relax, release, well done. So it's a lovely position just to really challenge our proprioception, so our ability to control, but also get this core activating and release off a little bit of the tightness that we tend to gather here around the front of the hips. Okay, so we're now going to come into our foot series. If your balance is a little bit wobbly, do grab yourself a chair. Again, I'm holding on to my pelvis and my hips to give me a little bit of feedback. So my foot series is where I go up onto my toes, and then I come down into a little squat. Then I release my heels and stand back up again. I'll show you from the side. So up we go, onto my toes, into a squat, release my heels. Okay, have a go at that. Just start to get that pattern of movement going. If you find there's any problems with these, like you can't do, it's a problem with your joints maybe here, especially in this raised squat position, I want you to go from a heel raise into a squat. Now, whichever version you're doing, when you come into the squat, I want you to keep a nice long spine. So as we do this, we don't drop forwards, we keep this connection. So I've got a long leg for my lower back. Almost I'm folding here at my hips, so I come up, I release the knees, I fold at the hips, but my spine, my body keeps its nice connection and line. I'm not dropping and shifting and losing this position here. Okay, so keep that going in your own time. If you want to bring your arms in, we float the arms up, releasing as the ankles come down. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Remember, you don't have to breathe as deeply as I am. I don't want you all passing out on your mats at home. 2 more as you are. Last one. Exhaling up. Inhale to release. Okay, let's bring in another little dynamic stability. What we're going to do, we're going to take our feet into a step stance position. So again, we don't want it really far where you can't reach. Connect those feet in so they're a reasonable stepping position. Okay, we're going to do exactly the same exercise. You might be doing your heel raises and your squat here, at which point you'll feel your back calf gets more of a stretch than your front calf. If not, we're doing the full foot sit. We come up onto the toes, we squat, release down. And again, up. Again, we're trying to get the weight evenly into both feet rather than just relying on one of our legs. If you're like, yeah, no problem, Emily, I'm happy here, just thinking about what I'm going to eat next, or I don't know, an email that came in just before this is distracting you, I want you to take your feet back into tandem. So we're back on that tightrope, off you go again. So we're going up, and hopefully that will be enough to capture your attention and your focus. And you can use a little bit of a trick that dancers use, focusing on one spot in the room, preferably in line with your lovely neutral neck position. Okay, last one on this side. And when you're ready, let's switch over. So you've got the options of going heel raise and squat. You've got the option of coming through your foot series here or in your tandem. So when you're ready, pick your poison and off we go. There we go, up onto those toes, releasing back down. Exhale up. Inhale, release. So this shouldn't feel like lots of little separate movements. I want you to get it to the point where you get the lovely smoothness, where each component just melts into each other. This is a great exercise not only for balance, but really great for ankle mobility. So if you tend to be a little bit stiff in your ankles, doing it in a step stance really helps to get that almost slight little stretch. Can you feel it in that back ankle? Let's do one more here. Fantastic. Release through and give those legs a shake off. If your calves are feeling tight, do use this opportunity now to come have a little stretch against the wall, stretching out both sides. Obviously you can take a lot more time than I did just then. We are going to stay on our mat for a little bit more standing work, and I want you to come into a parallel, so our nice parallel hip distance apart, and we're going to go into our chair pose. This is again practicing this lovely hip hinge. What often happens is when we start to get dynamic, so it's fine when we're all standing still or laying on our mat, keeping all in one movement, line of movement. But as soon as we start to combine these movements, it all just goes a little bit pear-shaped. So I want you to first of all just get down into our chair pose. So nice and long, if it helps, hands on your hips, but we're going to come and sit back and then up again. Exhale back and back up. Now if you notice with me, what happens first, can you see how my hips go behind me? And then I fold down into my squat. I'm sitting behind. My weight is predominantly in my heels and very light into my toes. So I exhale back, inhale up. I'm using that pelvic floor and core to support my spine, to support my pelvis. It's a lovely connection that we get from the inside to the outside. Okay, on your next one, we're going to hold it here. We're going to sweep those hands back, and we're going to sweep them forwards. Back and forwards. Okay, that's option number one for you. If you feel like, yep, no problem here, Emily, ready to work a bit harder, I want you to lift those heels off and then back down. Lift off and back down. If you're on a halfway house, you alternate with one heel each time. So sweep and release. Remember, if you've got any problems here at your joints, feel free to modify this by not going down so far or holding onto a chair. Okay, we're going to do two more here. Okay, up you come, into standing. Give those legs a little shake out. Okay, this time we're going to come down and we're going to take ourselves into our arm opener. So if you are doing this with a chair in front of you, just keep holding on with one hand. Okay, so down you come, hip hinge and fold into your chair pose. Long spine, arms out in front of you. I'm going to use my hand that's closest to the screen. I'm going to sweep my hand towards you so my arms are at 90 degrees. Now I'm there, I'm going to start twisting, rotating my body to come and see you. And then I'm going to rotate my hand so it's back facing to the front of my mat. So I rotate and back in. Exhale, rotate, back in. Now you'll see that my lower back is staying nice and still. I'm not arching. This movement is coming from my heart. It's not coming from my lower back. Last one. When you're ready, if you need to, stand up and take a break. If not, we're going to switch to the other side. So I'll switch so you see me from the front. My hand comes to the side. Keep that connection now. Rotate and back in. Exhale, rotate. Back in. This is not into my lower back. So if I'm feeling my lower back, I'm going to come a little bit harder. Higher, I'm going to hold on to something in front of me, even if it's the wall, just so I've got that connection. Well done. Feel your feet like magnets connecting into the floor. Make the movement come through your shoulder blades. I know it seems strange to think of rotation coming through your shoulder blade, but imagine that shoulder blade gliding towards your spine, it coming from your heart and chest. Make this next one your last one. Exhale, twist. Come back through. Release all the way back up into standing. Well done. So that's most of our warm-up completed. We are going to transition down onto the mat. So if you do want a drink, grab that now. And when you're ready, come to the end of the mat and you can start doing your roll downs. So when you're ready, stacking those feet, nice long spine. Imagine you're leaning up against the wall behind you. So for me, I'm visualizing that door and that kind of cabinet that's behind me and imagining my back of my head, my shoulders and my hips are just gently resting lightly against them. Now exhale, let's peel down one vertebra at a time. If you feel happy with your roll downs, feel free just to enjoy them and flow in and out of them. Or you can follow me. I'm going to come down to where I feel the bottom of my roll down is. I'm not letting my hips shoot far behind my mat. I'm trying to keep my weight over my feet and dangling, not overusing my neck. And as I breathe out, I connect through my core, lift all the way back up and re-stack up into standing. And again, exhale, roll down. All the way down, melting through the arms, melting through the head. Dangling down towards the floor, holding for a breath in. And then exhale back up into standing. On this next one, we're going to come down onto the mat. So if you're not already there, peel yourself all the way down onto the floor, hold it there. And as you breathe out, let's walk our hands down onto the mat. Okay, let's set ourselves up into hands and knees position, nice and long through the spine. Let's take ourselves into our thread the needle. So using the arm that's furthest away from the screen, float it to the side and then slide it through and underneath, bringing your shoulder to the floor. Hold for the breath in and then exhale, let's float the hand all the way around and up towards the sky. Not letting those hips swish. Off we go again. Hand goes through, shoulder comes down, hold for the breath in and breathe out. Let's lift all the way up towards the sky. Hold for that breath in. I'm going to settle that back hand down and extend my front leg out. So my leg that's closest to you at the front of the screen. I'm going to do exactly the same again. So using the opposite arm, the arm that's away from the screen, I'm going to come through and down, not losing my pelvic position. Hold for the breath in. And then breathe out, sweep all the way around and through to look towards the sky. Squeezing with that back leg very gently. And again, all the way down and through. Take a breath in. Breathe out all the way around and up towards the sky. Okay, and when you're ready, let's pop that hand back down, release that leg, and let's swap sides. So arm that's closest towards the screen. Let's dive it through, bringing the shoulder down towards the floor, taking that breath in. And then breathing out, sweeping the hand all the way around, turning the chest to face towards the screen. Let's go again, hand through, shoulder down, take a breath in. And then exhale, use that core to support that pelvis as we rotate up. So hips are staying still, let's land that hand down. Back leg now extends out. Now, as you come up with this, try not to drop with the pelvis, keep the glutes switching on so you've got that support. So off we go, front arm dives through, bring the shoulder down towards the floor, and then engage the core, sweep round and open, take the breath in. And again, down and through, shoulder comes towards the floor, and then sweeping round, holding, lifting long through those fingertips. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a little stretch back if you want to into your shell stretch. And then when you're ready, let's stack back up into hands and knees position. Remember, you've got the option to go to fists or onto your elbows if you prefer. Okay, so I'm going to take my right leg, so my front leg, in and out for my one leg stretch. I'm trying not to arch with my spine. Can you see how I'm keeping this connection here at my core and keeping my spine nice and still? Okay, I'm going to do two more here. Imagining my leg like an aeroplane going along that runway and then taking off. And then on my next one, I'm going to hold it here. So I've got my front leg, my right leg extended out. Now my left arm is going to tap forwards, out and through. Forwards, out and through. Any problems, you can drop this foot to the floor, but keep that nice length and intensity here. So we're not just dropping, we're not rolling, okay? So long leg, okay? So forwards, out and through. Forwards, out and through. Keep going. Now, I'm not press-upping with this elbow. I'm keeping the arm nice and long, so I'm rotating through the body. Any problems at the back, just lower the leg down. When you're ready, release that leg out, and again, take a shell stretch if you need to. Release off anything if you feel tight. Maybe you want to reach to one side or the other, and then hopefully you should be set to come onto the second side. So left leg, so the leg that's away from the screen now, our second side, extend, lift and release. So we get this connection here with the breath and the core. Exhale, lift through the pelvic floor and core. Let's just check in on our shoulders, making sure they're away from our ears. On our next one, the leg extends, we hold. Okay, you ready with this arm? Okay, forwards, out and through. Forwards, out and through. So I'm breathing out as I'm tapping through the three corners of my movement. I can feel my abdominals having to work to maintain my spine position, but I can feel the work in my abdominals and my upper body rather than my back. When I'm ready, release those knees, and again, resting down. Releasing those shoulders if you've got any tightness. You might prefer to have a little release of those wrists if you're getting any tightness around the backs of those wrists. Okay, we're going to come into a kneeling position now. So if you are on a hard floor or you need some extra cushioning for your knees, feel free to grab your pillow or cushion or towel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come and kneel my right knee onto it. I'm going to step my left leg through. So I'm in my sort of Mr. Darcy Royal Ballet sort of position. I'm down onto this right knee. Now I'm not dropping back, I'm not hitching through the side. My hip and pelvis is stacked right over my thigh. My thigh is vertical, it's not going off on an angle, it's keeping nice and connected down to the floor. Okay, are you ready? Arm openness. Arms come in front. I'm going to sweep our arm to in line with our body and then continue to rotate round. And then switch. Lovely, okay. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, return. Now as we do this, we're going with our own breath cycle. So I exhale to rotate, inhale to return. Now do you remember we were using that little prompt at the beginning about keeping our hips still with our tandem stance? I want you to think about that again. Remember how that felt at the beginning and try and replicate that here in this position. Well done. One more time each side. Okay, now this time we're just going to go with our front arm. So same arm as supporting leg. I'm going to sweep down past my hip, up and over. So I'm drawing this big circle with my arm. Exhale. I'm using my core to support. So imagine I've got an elastic band here from my lower tummy all the way up through my ribs and extension into my arm. So here it is, that elastic band is pulled tight, I can feel the tension and it recalls me back round. So feel that tension, recall round, and again. And again. Last one. Well done. Okay, let's go to the other side. So back arm, so same arm as the front leg. Let's sweep round. Again, I'm trying to keep my pelvis nice and still. And imagining that line of tension from my opposite hip all the way across my tummy, across my ribs, and into this circling arm. Last two. Last one. Okay, well done. Bring your hands onto your chest here, and we're going to just go into a little spine twist. So I'm going to exhale, twist over my front leg. Inhale, return. Exhale, twist. Now, if you haven't got any problems with your knees, just walk this front leg slightly further forwards. We're going to go into a bit of a lunge, and then rock back and rotate down. That's it. Feel that wobble. All the way through, rotate, back and through. Now we're not looking for stretch. We're just using a very subtle change here at the hip. Now if you're like falling onto the floor, it's causing you any knee pain, just stay here. You can come into a bow and rotate. Bow and rotate. But if you can, come see if you can rotate as you lunge forwards, rotate as you bow back. That's it. See if you can do that just one more time in each direction. Well done. When you're ready, release through. I'm going to swap sides. So I'm just going to move my block across. Switching legs. So now my front leg is my front and my stabilising leg. My back leg is my support leg. So from here again, I'm just checking off my pelvis. Have I got that lovely line? Setup is so important in Pilates. So many people miss so much quality in their movement because we don't get this alignment right. So set your posture up, be really bossy with your body. Arms come out in front, and when you're ready, let's go arm openers. So we're keeping this nice long line through the spine. We're just rotating at the heart. So imagine your body is a Rubik's Cube. And imagine just the level that is here at the chest, the heart and the arms. That is the only level you're twisting. The rest of them are staying completely still. There we go, one more each side. Okay, now let's do those circles. We go through, up and over. Exhale behind, inhale at the front. Exhale behind, inhale at the front. That's it. Go on, pelvis level. Go on, lift out of your supporting knee. Don't let yourself start dropping and swishing around those hips. Go on, settle into that front foot, connect the foot into the floor. Swap arms, so back arm round and through. And I'm not trying to really force my arm to go really far behind me. I'm driving this from my chest, trying to make the rotation come up my spine, rather than overstretching through my fingertips. Last two, breathing out behind. Last one, come back through. Okay, spine twist, settle those shoulders, stack those hips, make sure you've still got that alignment. Long through the neck, let's rotate. Now it can be tempting when we do our spine twist to let this back shoulder start reaching forwards like we're hunching it forwards. Try and stay open here. Nice and long through those collarbones. Exhale, twist. Okay, are you ready? Let's have a go. Definitely dynamic stability week this week. Okay, so when you're ready, lunge forwards. Again, don't arch, keep forwards, keep the long spine position. Now go back and see if you can rotate towards that support leg. Now forwards, stabilising leg. That's it, go back, support leg. Forwards, that's it, to come down with this elbow and twist, breathe out. And again, breathe out. Last one each way. When you're ready, release those legs off. If you want to, you might like to bring those legs out in front, have a nice little stretch up of your hamstrings, or give those quads a little bit of release. Okay, fantastic. We're going to come and lay down onto our sides now. We've got a little bit of side stability work to do, and then we're going to do some abdominal stability challenges before we come up into our last part of our exercises. So, you ready? Down onto your side. If you haven't already, grab yourself a towel, a cushion, a head block, anything that you've got here just to create that nice support here at your neck. We don't want our heads like dangling off onto the floor, losing that quality of our movement just because we haven't supported our head. Let's rib tuck here, so we're not collapsing forwards. Adjust your hips so your waist is nice and light on the floor. Now let's straighten our legs out, but bring them just in front. So if I glance down, I can see my toes, okay? So my legs aren't in line. So if you're looking up above me, my hips would be about 10 degrees flexed here. So my legs are just in front. Now I'm going to float this leg back up in line with my body. I'm going to start with my little side kick. Now if you want to, you can pop your hand down here on the floor, or you can come here up onto your hip. And you'll notice in this very straight leg position how hard we have to work at our core. So if you just feel like you're spending loads of time rocking, and even with a pelvic floor squeeze and an out breath, you can't get the stability, just soften this underneath leg. Just give a little bit of bend for support. But if you can, keep that leg nice and long and stretch this top leg away for me. Okay, so we're giving this painting action with our toes. Flexing through the heel and then sweeping through the toes here. If you want to, you can extend this top arm up. And if you're doing this, try not to hunch the shoulder up. Imagine you're squeezing your shoulder blades slightly together. Feel that connection down into your back. Can you feel how that gives you a little bit more support into your shoulders? I actually find that more helpful than here because this kind of rolls my shoulders forwards. So if you can, see if you can squeeze those shoulder blades together. Okay, 2 more here of these leg side kicks. Last one. When you're ready, relax that leg down. Give it a nice little tap or rub if you've got some tension there. Okay, we're going to go back up into that position, but we're going to do some little pulses with our legs. This is going to help us really work against that sort of fast movement, so sudden stability, which often we don't do very much of in Pilates. We don't work with speed. Okay, so long leg reach here. If you can, start tapping up and down. Tap. Imagine it's almost kind of like bouncing on a trampoline. Go on, ribs stay in. Try not to sort of bend down. I'll do it slowly so you can see. So you bouncing on and off of your ribs. Keep the ribs still and bounce with that leg. Go on, bounce. Roll the hips slightly forward. Feel the connection here into the glutes. It shouldn't be here in the hip flexor. If it is, send the leg slightly further behind. 3, 2, 1. Now, bounce backwards. Pulse. And you'll feel as you bounce backwards that you almost want to flare your chest. So keep this connection here, the front line, zipping up through the pelvic floor and core. If you can bring that arm here, squeeze those shoulder blades, but if you need to, just bring that hand down. Go on, pulse. 3, 2, 1. Okay, circle, go on, circle. There you go. You may not be in the studio with me, but hopefully you're feeling that now. Change directions for me. Go on, 3, 2, 1, let that leg down, give a nice little tap around that hip. Fantastic, so lots of stability work here, working what we call dissociation, so your body's ability to work and stabilise and support, whilst letting your legs and arms do what they need to do, so really helpful for function. Okay, let's come up into sitting. I'm going to sweep myself round. We're going to go into our roll-ups. So if you have got any problems at your back, or you know you have a diastasis, then I'd be cautious with these exercises, grabbing yourself a TheraBand around your feet to make like a little rowing and like a little support, or you could grab your pillow and pop it behind your lower back, only working in small range of motion. I always say this in class, going further back and lower down doesn't work this more efficiently. It is really important that we get this tilt here at the pelvis. So just popping your hands here onto your hip bones, long through the spine. I want to exhale, tuck and round into your lower back, then rock forwards and sit up again. So it's here, roll here. Can you see? So I'm not just retracting back through my shoulders, I'm not just drawing myself into a C curve, which generally what we do is we overpull our chest and poke our chin out. I'm melting down into my lower back, I rock forwards and I sit back up again. roll down, rock forward, and sit back up again. That's it, keep going. Okay. Exhale as you go back. Inhale back up again. Now, if you feel happy with this, you're like, yeah, got this technique. If your coccyx isn't too sensitive, you carry on. If you've got any problems, this is the time to adjust because we're going to hold and we're going to do reps. So you might like your pillow behind your tailbone. You may prefer just to sit in a small mat. If you do have any sensitivity in your coccyx and you've got a gym ball, come and do that now, or come and do it up onto a chair or a bench. Okay, I don't want you irritating that coccyx off. Okay, so when you're ready, long spine. When you're ready, sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back. Hold here. Now curl here. Keep long and open. Curl here. Slide your left leg and then your right leg. Slide. Well done. If you want to, you can change this to single leg slides. If you can, slide, slide, slide. That's it, well done. Go on. 3, 2, 1. Come forwards, restack. Lovely. Great. We'll go it again. So, long spine. Now, curl, tuck under the tailbone, sit back, stay through here. Now, can you lift up? Kick, and kick, and kick, and kick. If you're feeling more advanced, you might like to do your little switch. Switch, and can you see how my knees are pretty much staying where they are? They're not like dropping to make this happen. It's not a little scissor kick here. It's like a can kick. Go on, kick, 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 kick. You've got 3 more. 2, 1. When you're ready, roll forwards, have a little breather. If you need to, you might like to stretch out for your quads. We have got one last little version of this exercise left. So when you're ready, we're going to roll back. This time we're going to use our arms. So if you can stay on the floor. If you're struggling with your core, you might like to grab your pillow and just place it here between your knees and just gently squeeze, just gently hold it together. Okay, so when you're ready, roll back here. Lovely. Okay, so arms up towards the sky, open out. I'm going to spin to see you. So I'm rolling back, my hands go up and out. Up and out. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Lovely. Okay, can you do one at a time? Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Keep going. 2 more. You're drawing a big halo over your head. Last one. When you're ready, rock forward. Take yourself into a nice relieving stretch. You might like to take a knee roll, left and right, or take a nice quad stretch to take any tension out of those hip flexors. Very good. So lots and lots of abdominal stability there. I'm grabbing my cushion now because we're going to come and lay down on the other side. We've got those side kicks and little pulses to finish. Are you ready? Let's come and have a lie down on our sides. So extend your arm out here. So we're going nice and long. We're going to straighten those legs out and bring them just in front of you. Okay. Now from here, let's float that leg up nice and long. And then when you're ready, you're going to side kick forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. That's it. So as I do it, I'm trying to keep my core connected so I can feel almost, we talk about springs between our ribs and our pelvis in Pilates. So imagine you've got 2 big springs from ribs on each side down to the pointy parts of your pelvis here at the front. Exhale, push back. Inhale, sweep forward. So you're getting this lovely action here at the leg, but nothing is going on here at the body. It will be happening on the inside, but we won't be actually seeing it. Okay, let's do 2 more. If you can, bring that arm up, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Okay, keep that leg out now. Pan down onto the hip if you want to. Let's pulse up and down. Go on, pulse, 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 pulse. Now if you need to, come down and rest your leg first, but I want to see if you can get a little bit of endurance going now. Go on, pulse, 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 pulse. Up and down. Now again, remember what I said last time, try to avoid this when we're side flaring with our ribs. So we go up and down, pulse, 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 pulse. Go on, push that hip forward. Imagine you're pressing this leg very, very slightly behind for me. Go on, keep going, pulse, pulse, pulse. Now, change direction, press back, 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 back. And this is where you're going to feel like you're going to collapse forward to the shoulder. So squeeze those shoulder blades together, keep these ribs tucked in. Go on, zip that connection up in your core. Pulse back, pulse back, pulse back. Go on, keep going now. Circle forward, sweep. Now, try not to make this big. Go on, keep it small, keep it down. Imagine you're drawing the size of a tennis ball with your foot. Go on, change direction, sweep, 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 sweep. Go on, last two, last one. And when you're ready, relax that leg down, give that hip a nice little tap. Okay, and when you're ready, pop your cushion out the way, roll yourself onto your front, take a shell stretch. Okay, when you're ready, let's come back up into hands and knees, and we're going to go into our downward dog now. So I'm going to press through my hands, tuck my toes under, lift my hips into the air and push them back towards the other side of the room. If this is a problem for your wrists, you might like to do this in standing in a forwards fold. So I'm going to step my feet very, very slightly wider than I normally would and bring my hands very slightly more narrow, closer together. Now from here, I'm going to start tapping my hand to my opposite elbow. And again, this is changing the forces through my body and the way that I'm stabilising. You might like to do 3 or 4 of these repetitions and then come back down to your knees, have a little breather, and then come back up again. Now, if you want to make this harder, start by moving those hands further apart. And then you'll start feeling how your hips really want to swish off to one side. If you can, try and keep that spine long and we're tapping away. Fantastic. Let's do one more on each side. And then when you're ready, bend those knees and gently step those feet underneath your pelvis so you're dangling forwards. Engage that core and let's peel up into standing. Long spine, long neck, rounding those feet. Well done. So a nice little transition exercise to get us up into standing. I love downward dog for the strength and the openness that it brings to our upper body. Now we're going to finish with some standing stability exercises before we go into our last stretches. I want you to come and stand with feet hip distance apart, and we're going to come into our standing scissors. So, can you go? Exhale up and back down. Exhale up and back down. Now you'll feel and you can see how I just shift, just that little nudge. I want you to avoid dropping through the hip or crouching as you do this, and definitely not sort of hitching your leg onto the other leg like your, what is it flamingos? But standing one leg. Exhale up and down. Okay. Now, in this position here, can you hold it here now and balance? Well done. Stay here and see if you can turn your head to the right and the left. If you need to, just tap that toe down to the floor and keep the lightest touch down the floor. Turn the head left, turn the head right, turn the head left, and turn the head right. Fantastic. You're nearly there. Okay, last one. Okay, now relax that leg. Now with this leg, can you step that leg behind you? So you're going to go behind here to a curtsy and then step back in line. Again, step behind and in line. If this causes any problems at the joints, just step back. Just do a small little step back. So I'll be just here and in. But if you can, step behind, cross those legs, keep these hips nice and level. Okay, we're going to put those two together. You've got 2 options. Option number 1, which is our modified version, we step back into our curtsy that we're doing, we step our foot in, and we lift off, we pop the foot down. If you want to go a little bit harder, you're going to keep that foot off the floor through the transition. That's it. Now exhale, up. So you've got that option to step the foot in, then lift off. If not, we're staying here. Now, I want you to see if you can now turn your head to follow your foot. So as my foot goes behind, I look to that side. As my foot comes in front, I look over the front of my leg. If this is just a step too far, then feel free to keep your head still. Last one. Well done. Release those legs. Give those legs a shake off. Okay, let's switch sides. Remember, you've got your options here. So you can start with just a little float, come back down, or if you're happy to, come straight up. So we're coming into this standing scissors. So if you imagine you're laying on your mat, doing your Pilates scissors, where you're making this nice tabletop, I'm looking for roughly a 90-90 angle. Up and down. You've always got that choice of holding on to a wall, a chair, maybe one of your family members or whoever you live with. Let's switch now, and we're going to step behind. So we curtsy, step back up, curtsy. Now, do you remember those tandem walks and tandem little spine twists we were doing at the beginning? And we're talking about our pelvis is facing forwards. See whether or not, if you can now, remember that and keep that. So what we're not happening is rotating here and then hitching up here. Okay, so you'll see now, can you see how where I'm pointing at my pelvis? It's staying nice and still. Let's bring both of those movements in together. Remember, you've got that choice to step, float, step, and curtsy. You've got the choice to combine. Well done. We've got 3 more. Now, can you add that head turn? So we turn to look towards our foot. We come all the way through. We turn to look towards our foot. This makes it much, much harder. Well done. Remember, wobbling is working. All those adapting muscles working on that balance. If you feel too dizzy for this, just turn your head in one direction. Okay, last one. All the way through and relax those feet down. Fantastic. Let's give those legs a nice little shake off, and we're going to go into our mermaid for a nice stretch around the hips. So I'm going to step my right foot, I'm going to take it behind my left leg, and I'm going to go in a slightly deeper stretch. So if you do have any problems at your hips and they don't like that crossed over position, then just take it on a more modified level with those feet closer together. If you can, I'm going to step. If I come on the side, you're going to see that I'm at a much more of an angle. So I'm not just straight across, I'm stepping away, almost like into a lunge. Okay, now can you come up over here? Nice big stretch. Breathe out, rotate down towards the floor if you can. And this time breathe out, connect your core, sweep all the way back up again. If that's too much, follow me. If it was okay, do that again. If it was too much, feet are just crossed, arm comes up and over, side bend. And this time just rotate to look towards that corner of your mat, that's it. And then rotate to look at me. Let's do 2 more of those. So off you go, sweep the hand up and over, reach, twist to look to that side if that's okay. And if rotation isn't okay for your spine, just stay with the side bend. Okay, last one, I'm going to go back to that full version. Side bend, pelvis stays nice and still, rotate down, and then we rotate all the way back up again. Hopefully that'll take all that tension out of the hip from where we've done that stability. You ready for the other side? It's a lovely mobilising exercise. I do like a mermaid. Okay, crossing over here. So when you're ready, let's start sweeping that hand up into the air. Over you go. You've got just that little modified version where we look towards the corner of the mat. Or you've got this deeper version where I'm here in my lunge, my hips are facing forwards. Over I go. Rotate all the way down. And this is where you find out how your mobility is on each side. And again, over we go. Hold. Oh, I'm getting too ahead of myself. Stay in your side bend. Then rotate all the way through. Any hips, knees, spines that don't like that, feel free to adapt in your own way. We've got 2 more here. Go on, side bend. Rotate. Exhale, up and over. Through you go. Last one. Over you go, that hand. Side bend. And then rotate down. All the way through. And out. Okay, let's shake those legs out. Roll through those shoulders. Release any tension. Okay. Last of all, I want you just to shut your eyes for me. Hands onto your lower tummy. And I want you to stir your body. Ooh, stir your body like you're a spoon. Okay? So keep your body nice and long and straight, rather than sort of hula hoop hips and sweeping round. Transmit your weight over onto one foot, all the way around to the corners and back through again. Big circular actions. That's it. Eyes closed if you can. If you need to, pop your hands onto a chair in front of you, or even just light finger touch. Okay, can you change directions for me? Sweeping yourself into a circle, that's it. Keep stirring your whole body, swaying through the corners of those feet. Lovely. Last two. Last one. Okay. If it's safe for you to do so, long spine, hands either on support or not. Keep those eyes closed for me, and can you roll down halfway? Hands towards your knees. Hold for the breath in, keep those eyes closed, and then roll back up again. See if you can find your alignment without opening your eyes, without using what you can see around you. See if you can feel that. So exhale, roll down, holding for that breath in, and then rolling back up again. And again, one more time. Exhale, roll down, peeling, feel all the way down. If you can go further, all the way down to the floor here. Stay here, eyes closed. Now engage the feet into the floor, feel the hips connect, and roll that spine all the way up into standing. Long spine, relaxing those hands by your side. Okay, double shoulder roll. Reach those hands out. And again, double shoulder roll, going a little bit higher, like we did at the beginning, all the way out. Last one, roll and open, and then release those hands down. Thank you very much for joining me for your Dynamic Stability Pilates class. I hope to see you on your mat again soon. Bye now.